If you are easily triggered or offended, please exercise caution while viewing this program, because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children, and not for coworkers either.
What? Oh, I pulled up our stream. You couldn't hear that. I pulled up our stream to.
I could hear that.
You could hear that.
Yeah.
You could hear fake Deacon. You hear that?
I can hear something in the background. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to the car wreck that has been a car wreck for about 4 minutes.
It was going fine, and then I turned my mic on, and it was complete catastrophe. Good morning, everybody. Hi, it's Tucker Carlson. It works for him. Maybe it worked for us.
Welcome to Your Two Dads. We've been gone for a week. JJ's been on vacation, so we took the week off, and things are screwed up. So the first thing I wanted to ask is if our viewers, if JJ sounds like an android from the future sent back to destroy us all,
let me know.
Say something. Just say something more than just like...
I am here from the future, and I'm here to collect taxes.
You just sound like you're that's what I told JJ. In engineering, it sounds like he's got a flange effect. It sounds like he's got a real close echo effect on. And I told him it sounds like he's doubling, and I know he doesn't have any effects. It sounds like he's doubled up his microphone output on a couple of different.
It's a USB mic. I'm not sure how they would do that. And
it's settings, and you added that new little $200 fancy piece of equipment, and I think that's done it.
Look, it's not like I didn't read the instructions and I don't know what I'm doing.
Dude, I know you. I know you didn't read the instructions. I know you just plugged it in. All right, so hey, nice to see you again, dude. I missed the show last week.
I'm glad you missed the show. Okay, so
my job went a lot smoother, but I missed the show.
Yeah, so I missed. So I didn't get to like observe your like demeanor and mood. So were you happy, or you kind of like, were you sad? Sometimes I can imagine you'd be like, I don't have to do the show. I'm having a good day. Or
no, I wasn't rushed in between 4:30 and 6:30. And I'm not really rushed anymore because it took me a couple of weeks to get into a little groove. So I've got a groove that I've got my time, and I'm not rushed anymore, and I get everything done with the normal amount of time. So last week it was like 6:15, and I'm like I'm done with today. Yeah, I was done with everything the whole day by like 8:00 in the morning. I'm done the whole day.
I mean, isn't that amazing how we, given the right motivations, whatever they are, you can like accomplish an entire day's work by 8 in the morning. And then
8 in the morning, yes.
So normally it might just be dragging it out just to have something to do. Huh.
Well, I got to watch TV shows, and Forensic Files is not going to watch itself.
Richter. AJ. So Richter says I sound mostly human.
Okay, good. That's all we want to check. Well, you sound mostly human, but you just sound like you've got a weird effect on you. That's just me. It's just me.
So yeah, I was on vacation. Let's see. What did we do? We took we went up to see my in-laws and let my kids play with the in-laws and swim in the pool and stuff like that. And then on from like
still
Sunday,
in Texas.
Oh yeah, no,
you
can go on a long vacation and still not leave the state.
I understand that, but if y'all were still in Texas, y'all need to be in the pool.
Oh my God, it's so hot.
Oh yeah.
It was like 108 degrees. I was driving around with my brother yesterday, and my kids in the car, and I was just driving to the bookstore because I had no good reason to go to the bookstore. I was just like, let's go to the bookstore. Yeah. Driving around, turn on the AC, look down, and a little thermometer. It was like 108, and I was like, dang, that's hot.
So is that? So your thermometer in your car was 108. That's not.
Yeah.
It
was probably like 99.
Does the heat index really affect y'all that much?
I don't know.
So you don't go by the
heat index? Like it's just hot.
Okay. So here in Kentucky, we have a lot more humidity than y'all have in Texas. A lot more humidity. It's been compared to jungle-esque humidity here in the Western Kentucky, how humid it can get in the jungle. It can get that humid here. Wow. It doesn't all the time, but it can. And with our humidity, our heat index, our air temperature was 101. But the heat index was like 116. It felt like it was 116. It's just freaking miserable outside.
Yeah, don't go outside or you're gonna just have a heat stroke. You step outside, have a heat stroke.
Yeah. So all right. Well, I'm glad. I
was saying we went on vacation and we went. I had never heard of this place before, and I guess I kind of like. In no way is it similar to Wally World from National Lampoons, but I kind of imagine it that way because we went across the state of Texas, basically up to where our in-laws live, to go to this place called Great Wolf Lodge. Never heard of it before, and it's basically a big hotel that has an indoor water park, and then and it's massive. It's a massive indoor water park. They have an outdoor park too, but a massive indoor water park inside the hotel. And then they have some other I don't know, wolf themed stuff in their hotel. There's a thing called Magic Quest where all the kids run around with wands and they wave their wands at boxes and crystals and stuff that light up. And I don't know how much they paid for this, but I do know that people obviously showed up to the hotel. And they were like, yeah, get the package for the kids or whatever. And so they bought this at the beginning of the trip. And for the entire rest of the trip, I saw fat people that would never normally be doing this, walking up and down the stairs in the stairs of the hotel that instead of taking the elevators, walking up and down the stairs because in the stairs were all of these little in the stairwells, they had put these little things for you to do this Magic Quest thing. So this hotel had tricked people to paying money to also walking up and down their own stairs. And I was like, these people
genius.
Are insidiously genius.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you had a good time.
Oh, we had a great time. And we had a great time. My youngest daughter wouldn't ride any of the rides except one time. I got her to ride on a raft with me. Other than that, she was just in the wave pool the whole time.
Well, that's okay.
We learned she's terrified of animatronics, which is great news because we were planning on taking...
Lily?
Lily. Yeah, Lily. She's terrified of animatronics. And they had a little robot band in their lobby. And as soon as we went to the lobby, she would scream, "Daddy, pick me up." Ah! And then, pick her up. She's like, "Are they alive? Are they alive?" No, they're not alive. Are they alive? Are they alive? No, they're not. They're just robots. I'm afraid of robots. Which is great because on our trip back, we were planning on stopping at Chuck E. Cheese for, this would be fun for the kids. Nope. I texted my wife. I was like, maybe this Chuck E. Cheese is a bad idea. And she was like, smart guy.
Yep. That's no good. There is that's not uncommon. All right. I think it was Deacon that was deathly afraid of Chuck E. Cheese. And it was Showbiz Pizza when we were kids. It was Showbiz with Billy Bob the Bear and
did they have a different name? I remember Chuck E. Cheese when I was a kid.
It was called Showbiz Pizza. Showbiz in the animatronics there was like a gorilla, Munch the gorilla, and then there was Billy Bob that played like a banjo, and then there was Wally who was a drummer. Why do I remember all this? Anyway, that's a common thing, and I mean even to the point that you might not know about this, but this is a big thing. Have you ever heard of Five Nights at Freddy's? Does that ring a bell?
Is that some sort of a scary game thing?
Okay. Yes. So it was an independent indie game that was made years ago by this guy. And it was based on a story, this story that like a Showbiz or a Chuck E. Cheese went out of business. Yeah, the horrible bear. That was Billy Bob the Bear. It's basically one of those Chuck E. Cheese type places that went out of business, and like I don't know, this serial killer or something that's the animatronics are possessed by these spirits of dead children or something.
Oh
and it's
my.
like it's a creepy story. I don't know the story. It's a creepy story. My son Deacon is all about it. Dude, they're making a big budget movie on this that looks freaking amazing.
Seriously.
Look it up. Matthew Lillard is in the damn movie. It's called
what?
It's called
Serial Killer himself.
The trailer. That's what I told Deacon. I was like, dude, he's the original Scream serial killer. Look it up. Look up the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer and watch it.
How is the game? So is the
game you have to
based on
survive the movie, or the game you have to like survive the night without, you have to, it's like a scary horror game where you got to click on and off the flashlights and stuff. I never understood how to play it, but he loves it and everybody loves it. So that's not an uncommon thing that Lily has. I mean,
it's a video game. I thought it was like a card game. Maybe they have both.
It's to the point that they're making a movie on that.
It's like a little franchise. They're doing all kinds of stuff.
So that's not uncommon for her. If you wanted to ever like sit down and talk with her and be like, "Look, sweetheart, it's not a big deal." I always had conversations with my kids about certain things that they were afraid of, like that. Yeah, I'd just be like, let's talk about spiders. What makes a spider scary?
Last night at 3 a.m, she came screaming into our room at 3, screaming about tree frogs from the jungle, because her older sister told her that tree frogs are poisonous in the jungle. So she had some dream and she came screaming, and I was like, and Cassie got up and
she's got some I didn't even wake up. Dreams, huh?
yeah. I think she has to go pee in the middle of the night and then just wakes up and then is all jarred. So yeah. Awesome. All right. Let's talk. Oh my God.
What?
That's not coming through the line, is it?
I can hear some chirping, but I can't hear it. No. It's
okay. So,
did I?
Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Deke, I'm such an idiot. I forgot to put the restream codes in for Rumble.
Okay, what's that mean?
Talk about songs. It means that for the last 20 minutes, our Rumble stream has just been airing our commercial. You do this song. I'm gonna try to see if I can fix
do that,
it.
and I'm gonna do the song of the day. If you will join our Discord server, you'll notice that I may look a little different in our Discord server. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I logged into Discord today from work, and I'm on my new account. It logged out my old.
I saw that.
So the only one left, the only computer left that's got my old account is the one at home. So when I get home today, I'm going to have you do some stuff. So to remind me. So, all right. So get on our Discord server, and it's our Funlit Singers Discord server, and go down here to where it says Deke's playlist. And I thought about adding some stuff last week, but I didn't. All right. So our playlist this week, I really didn't know what to add. And I was like, what new music have I been listening to here lately? And my son Alex is he's a musical prodigy in all kinds of different ways. He's got a great ear. His mother has a great musical ear. One of my favorite things to do with Ashley is talk to her about music and musicians, because she's just got a brilliant outlook on those things. And Alex has picked up on this. And we were listening to music the other day, and he just pulled this song up on YouTube, and I'd heard several songs by Greta Van Fleet, but I'd never heard this particular song in this video. So JJ, have you ever heard of the band Greta Van Fleet?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say Susteren.
No, Greta Van Fleet is this band that came out, I don't know, I want to say probably like 10 years ago now, if I've had to guess off the top of my head. But Greta Van Fleet is basically the modern day reincarnation of Led Zeppelin. I mean, everything about them, their song stylings, their song structure, the way his voice sounds, the way he sings the songs, the way they play the damn drums, the guitar solo, everything about them is Led Zeppelin. And this song he played, Meeting the Master, was just, it was one of those that just, I stopped looking at my phone and set up and just watched this the whole time. That and another song that he played the other day, I did the same thing. The song just completely captivated me, and this one completely captivated me because it's like if you were to wake somebody up to pull them from 1975 into 2023 and say, listen to this. This is Led Zeppelin's latest album. They'd be like, that sounds awesome, because you can't tell the difference. So check out Meeting the Master by Greta Van Fleet and listen to some of their other stuff. Black Smoke Horizon's another one that's just straight up Led Zeppelin. So there's that one. The song Tomorrow you may know, but it's a cover song, so you might not have ever heard of the band, but I'm sure you've heard the song.
I'm listening to the opening.
Get to 2 minutes and about 40 seconds. Scroll to about 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and then listen for a second, because that's when the band
yeah. Open it up a little bit there.
Yeah. That's a freaking Led Zeppelin song if I've ever heard a Led Zeppelin song in my life,
all
man.
Right.
And it's great. They're really Robert Plant and Jimmy Page were like in awe. And I think Jimmy Page, the guitarist for Led Zeppelin, Robert Plant's the lead singer for Led Zeppelin. And the first time Robert Plant saw the lead singer for Greta Van Fleet, he was just like, I hate this little twat. You know, he's 20 something years old. He's got a body like that. He's got a voice like that. He's got a freaking, he was like, I hate him. He's like, I love him so much. I hate him.
That's great.
Like, yeah, it's great. He does.
All right.
So they're good. It's a good band. If you like Led Zeppelin, you will like Greta Van Fleet, period. Listen to
it definitely is in that, like,
yeah.
It's got that texture, whatever that texture is.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's a great word, texture. It's got the Led Zeppelin texture.
All right. Let's talk about some news.
Man, a lot of crap happened last week. I kept seeing stuff.
I know.
I need to save this story for tomorrow. Nope. I need to save this story for tomorrow. Nope.
There were so many that started. It kept coming up, and I was like, "Stop looking at the news, dummy! You're on vacation.
I know. I was
Stop looking at the news, dummy." So let me pull our title card up for the show. Let me profusely apologize to those watching on Rumble, because for like 20 minutes, although let's be fair, you really guys didn't miss anything. So
JJ told the story.
Yeah, I told the story. Today's episode: Thrill Ride. Less cracks than Hunter Biden, though. Did you see? I don't know if you saw this story. I saw this.
I saw that story. I saw the other. That's scary. I didn't see the crack, though. I didn't see the crack until I saw your picture this morning. I was just like, okay, they got this picture, but I don't see anything in the picture.
North Carolina roller coaster closed after social media sleuths noticed a huge crack in
the thing. It was people on social media.
Yeah, it wasn't even people there. They weren't even there. Like, click. They were like, that looks like a crack. No, it was somebody like who was watching their videos. Like, hey, don't try not to die over there. Jeremy Wagner alerted officials when he saw a crack on Fury 325 Giga roller coaster that is located in the Carowinds amusement park. And an image shows the huge crack as a roller coaster car full of people zooms around by the track. And okay, look at the angle of where the track is. All of that weight and force is going outward, right? It's going outward.
Well, no, wait a minute. The force is coming. The force and all that weight is coming straight at you like this.
Yeah.
And then it's coming back around. So
yeah, but as it hits that angle, it's pushing out.
Yeah, but that centrifugal force is not going. It's going to carry a lot of that weight and force, but it's not going to carry all of it. All right.
Right.
Yeah. The stress on that is still going to be taking stress each time.
Yeah. Man,
because the centrifugal force is going to keep it, is going to move a lot of that force and weight, but not all of it.
For scale, right? Because it can be, it's a little crack. For scale, there's a person's arm right there.
Yeah. That crack is like as big as your leg.
Let me see if I can show it closer here. Look at this. There's a person's arm. And, maybe that's like 20 feet farther back or whatever. God. So this crack has got to be an inch or two, which means that thing is entirely separated from the column supporting it. It's just kind of floating there. So anyway, pretty awesome. So I don't know what else to say about that other than you better be careful if you go to theme parks this summer. You better have a look around.
Where
I don't know. Are you a theme? That's in North Carolina, Carowinds. You ever go to theme parks anymore?
Not anymore because I'm poor and theme parks cost $5 billion to go and you don't get your money's worth. It's how I feel. But yeah, back in the day, we used to go to Six Flags all the time, and I'm close to Nashville, and I've lived close to Nashville, about an hour and a half away from Nashville my whole life. And in Nashville, they had Opryland for years. it's now like they've got a mall and the Opry Gaylord Entertainment Complex with the Opryland Hotel and everything. Opryland Hotel is absolutely breathtaking piece of real estate, but it was always there. Opryland was like a little theme park, and they had several roller coasters. They had one called the Wabash Cannonball, like from the old song, and then they had one called the Screaming Delta Demon, and then they had the Grizzly River Rampage that was a water ride and stuff. And I didn't go on water or roller coasters when I was little, but once I got old enough, I did, and I was a roller coaster junkie. But let's see, Maggie's 11, so probably about 10 years ago, we went to a place in Indiana called Holiday World. And I rode the world's whatever biggest or longest wooden roller coaster. All right. And nobody else wanted to ride it with me. And I was like, I love roller coasters. I hadn't been in one in decades. I'm going on this one. And I'm in my late 30s. Halfway up this thing, I'm sitting there like this, going, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done. This is the dumbest thing. Why am I doing this in my mid-30s? Why am I doing this, slowly clicking up this wooden roller coaster? And it was the roughest freaking ride. Halfway through that roller coaster, my back is going, hey, Andy, screw you, buddy. I'm going to hurt you for 12 weeks now. And so I seriously limped off that damn ride and swore, I was like, okay, I'm too old for roller coasters.
Wow.
I'm too old for roller coasters, man. I like them.
It happens. There's a time in your life. There's a time in your life when you can ride them, and then you maybe better stop.
Yeah, I mean, I've rode all different kinds. The ones that you hover, I've rode all kinds of different roller coasters.
Upside down.
Yeah,
they had
them.
one.
I'm not scared of them. My body doesn't recuperate from them as so my body's not as elastic as it once was.
Deke, this Fury 325 is described as the tallest, fastest, longest giga roller coaster in North America. Wow. It is over 1.25 miles long, and it takes 3.25 minutes to ride.
Ooh, that's a pretty long ass roller coaster. 3.5 minutes or 3.25 minutes.
Fastest cracked ride, but it's not the fastest crack ride. Hold on. Oh no. What did I do? I'm on the right page. Here we go. The fastest crack ride. The fastest crack ride would be Hunter Biden in 2018 when he took a photo of himself driving 172 miles an hour in a Porsche, according to thousands of new photos uploaded from the infamous laptop. Apparently, he was driving.
What do you mean?
172 miles an hour and smoking crack. Look at this.
But I hadn't heard about this in the media, JJ, and about his laptop. Did the media say anything about his laptop in the past week?
No, I don't know. I haven't
watched the news. No, they haven't, because everybody's been focused on a bunch of dead people at the bottom of the ocean that everybody knew was dead 2 Sundays ago. The Sunday that it happened, everyone knew that they were dead.
No, well, we talked about it the next morning. I was hoping this is a Herald
news cycle that they would not have to talk about the Hunter Biden shit and so that they wouldn't disparage their running candidate Joe Biden. The media kept this out of, even though they came out and said, "Oh yeah, this shit's all true," but dead people in the ocean, we might still be able to rescue them. Even though our super top secret Navy sub listening device knew it, and every single educated person that's ever been down once it was explained to me, I was like, I've never even been in the fucking ocean, and that's sense to me.
I don't know. They
loses communication all at the same time. Like, it wasn't just like you lost communication. It was like, oh shit, we lost all these 5 things that we were monitoring the sub at the same time.
Yeah,
every single person that has ever been in the ocean is like, oh well, that's an implosion.
James Cameron was like apparently calling his friends, be like,
they're dead. You're all dead. And everybody was like, why are you still looking? Why are you doing all this and creating false hope for this? Why are you doing this? It's apparent now why they're doing it. If you didn't see it, I'm pointing it out to you right now. The reason they kept that in the news cycle for 4 fucking days was because this Hunter Biden story was coming out and they didn't want to talk about it.
So here's the thing. I was thinking about this morning. Like, this is just another episode of Hunter Biden doing crack and dangerous stuff. And it's not like this is new. No, this isn't new. This is from the laptop.
He's
right. But all of this stuff
that just goes to show you that white trash can have a lot of money. You don't have to be poor to be white trash.
Yeah, you can take the. I don't know what the saying is. You can take the. You know what the saying is? You can take the
something out of one, but not.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, all of this Hunter Biden stuff. Look, it's not about him doing hookers and crack. Okay, it's about it authenticates the laptop, and the laptop has on it stuff about business transactions and Joe Biden being corrupt and taking bribes from foreign countries. The crack pipe authenticates the laptop. The laptop implicates the president in bribery and bad doings. He's a bad guy, and so the media didn't want to talk about it because
there was
they don't want to admit that Joe Biden is a crook.
There was a real interesting tweet that I read about how Joe Biden created this student debt crisis. In 1978, when he was senator, he supported the Middle Income Student Assistance Act, which eliminated income restrictions on federal loans to expand eligibility to all students. So he basically, in 1978, supported this bill to completely take away any income restrictions on loans, federal loans, so that even the poorest people that they knew couldn't pay them back could take out these loans for these students. And then he used that elimination of income restriction to warn off the threat of student debt bankruptcy and wrote a separate bill later that year to block students from filing bankruptcy on those loans. The income restrictions were reinstated in 1981. Then in 1984, Biden used his senior position in a judiciary committee to extend bankruptcy exemptions on vocational schools as well. This keeps going on and on. This was a really freaking great, really interesting. Really interesting that I was like, I trust this guy that's saying it. I don't think this guy with 200,000 followers is lying, but maybe he is.
Well, speaking of student debt, didn't we? I'm sorry. Was I playing a video of Hunter Biden? I was playing a video of Hunter Biden smoking crack accidentally. Didn't we? The Supreme Court had a case ruling last week. Did you hear about this? No.
Oh wait, tell me. I might have, maybe.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me pull it up.
The Colorado one?
No, student loans.
Oh, yeah. The student loans one. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go with The Guardian. See what they say about it. Let's not do The Guardian. They're some Democrat. Okay, so basically the Supreme Court said you don't have the authority to do this, which is exactly what I said as soon as they started talking about it last year. I was like, the president can't just forgive student loans.
No.
Here's NPR. Yeah. But he was running with it. Deke, why was President Biden saying he was going to forgive student loans?
So he could brainwash all his sheep so that they would vote for him. Remember, he said he was going to make marijuana legal at the same time too. So that made everyone between the ages of 18 and 31 go,
Right.
Whoa, dude, awesome. Vote for him, man. Not everyone.
Yeah,
but like
it was
50% of
it was literally just he was bribing young people for votes and he's prohibited from paying for it. So he's prohibited from the
And
bribe.
why do we know this?
He
Why
tricked
are we
the
saying
dumbest
this,
people.
JJ? Why are we saying this? It's because JJ and I'm going to just admit this, and I think I speak for JJ. I don't know this for a fact.
Oh,
I think I
okay.
speak for him when I say that JJ and I were both young and stupid as hell.
Yeah. You have to start stupid. You roll a 1 on intelligence. That's what you want. And you can maybe modify that a little bit as you go.
Nice D&D. I like that. That was
Yeah.
nice.
I think
Way to
you do.
go. I've been
I put all my points in charisma. How's it working?
no, it's not.
No.
As you
Okay.
can see, I don't have very many points in charisma.
Oh.
That's right.
Here, the Supreme Court kills Biden's student debt plan in a setback for millions of borrowers. Oh no, but I was hoping that I wasn't going to have to pay them. No, you got to pay. In a highly anticipated decision, the Supreme Court on Friday struck down President Biden's groundbreaking plan to forgive some or all federal debt, student loan debt for tens of millions of Americans. He just disappointed tens of millions of Americans. In a 6-3 vote on ideological lines, the High Court ruled that federal law does not authorize the Department of Education to cancel such student loan debt. Writing for the majority, Chief Justice John Roberts said, "The authority to modify statutes and regulations allows the Secretary to make modest adjustments and additions to existing provisions, not transform them." Siding with the states, Justice Amy Coney Barrett said in her concurring opinion that the major questions doctrine reinforces the majority's conclusion, but is not necessary to it. In her dissent, Justice Ellen Kagan criticized the court's overreach and noted she would not have decided the states didn't have the right to sue. The plaintiffs in this case are 6 states that have no personal stake in the Secretary Loan Forgiveness Plan. They're classical ideological plaintiffs, and they think that the plan is a very bad idea, and they are no worse off because the Secretary did first. That's obviously wrong. Because the debt canceled. The debt canceled is going to be either paid for or allocated out of taxpayer funds. Those states have taxpayers. Taxpayer dollars are seized from those states to go and pay for these student loans. So, no, you can't say they don't have, and she's totally wrong that they don't have a personal stake. And those states are fighting on behalf of their taxpayers that they should not have to subsidize the loans for students in other states. Last August, President Biden told federal student loan borrowers that the U.S. government would cancel up to $20,000 debt for low-income students who had received a Pell Grant and up to $10,000 for the majority of remaining borrowers. Okay. So, Supreme Court says, no, sir, President Biden, you can't do that. So I don't know what kind of gimmicks he's going to come up with this year to, or I guess next year to try to get reelected. Maybe he'll say that he's going to like give everybody free houses. Didn't some Obama voters think that they were going to get like free houses? You remember that? Did you ever watch this clip?
No.
It was back in like 2008. It was a long time ago.
Okay, so we missed. I posted some stuff. I'm sorry. Were you done with that story?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
My student debt won't be forgiven by Joe Biden.
Yeah.
My heart is broken.
Yeah, hang on. Was there another story about the Joe Biden crap that I wanted to? There was a couple of things that I wanted to mention because I dropped them this past week in our news, and some other folks dropped some stuff. But there was some stuff that I thought was.
Give me a clue.
Huh?
Give me a clue what you're looking for.
No, I found it. I've got it right here. I just thought maybe I could just talk about some of this stuff real quick, and
For sure.
I will direct you. I'll direct you folks over to our Discord server, and while I do that, I'm going to throw this right here on the screen So if you will go to our Discord server and go to our news drops, if everyone can see that news drops, can they on the supporters chat, JJ?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
Maybe I can make it so everybody can see it. Here,
well, we can move it or something. Anyway,
I'll put it in there.
so we just dropped some news stories that I find in there, and I did last week. There was one story that Ashley and I were talking about as we was washing dishes the other day. The first AI-generated drug has entered human clinical trials, and this drug was generated by AI. It was came up with by AI for this. It was for a very rare lung condition is what it was. And so they're a lung disease. And so they're trying out this drug on these patients that had no other hope, with this lung disease that the AI has come up with. So I thought that was really interesting article.
That seems really fast, like to go into human trials that fast. Really?
I don't know. Maybe they've been working on this for a while with their AI. Maybe they're just not like with Chat GPT. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they've had their own thing.
I'm gonna find this one.
Another one of the stories that I posted over there was a screenshot of a New York Post story. They were talking about the Ocean Gate tragedy. Okay. And the little kid, the kid that died, the 18-year-old, he wasn't a little kid. He's an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
He's still a kid.
But he was the son of the.
All right. So supposedly the aunt got on a couple of days after that happened, and the aunt got to the media and was like, he didn't want to go. He was scared. And that went everywhere that he was scared and he didn't want to go. That's false. That's very false. He was very excited about going. He couldn't go until he turned 18. And so his mom was going to be his mom and the father. And so after he turned 18, they asked if he could replace the mom, and they said yes. So he was a Rubik's Cube kid. He could solve the Rubik's Cubes really quick. Yeah. And he wanted to break the world record for solving a Rubik's Cube at the lowest point in the ocean, in the lowest. So that's what he did down there. Is what his mom was talking about.
I think I read. I have not invested a lot of time into this story. Now that we found out that it just got, that they all died. Other than apparently both he and his father were very into the Titanic stuff.
Yeah, his father was big time into.
They were his dad was a huge Titanic nut, but apparently that was something that they shared. So they were both into that. Yeah.
The only other story that I wanted to point out, and I'm going to bring this up because this was a tweet straight from the horse's mouth on this, but this happened at the White House. So we're going to get back to some political stuff here real quick.
Okay.
But this. So outrage at the White House. They removed his interaction with White House press secretary during our press briefing last Monday. What they did was they pretended that they had a feed problem on YouTube when they were live, then continued broadcasting after the exchange without that portion of the exchange. In doing so, they violated the Public Records Act, but only restored the portion after they were caught and called out long after the briefing. It was
they returned. They put it back up there.
Fox News. Yeah. So basically, the reporter, what's her name? Karine.
Oh, KJP. I don't know.
Pierre. But anyway, Pierre basically
she's black. She's gay. She's here to stay.
She lost her shit on Simon. Like, lost her cool on him. And they cut it out. And then when they were called out for cutting it out, they put it back in. And then the story is not over. Then
it's not.
The next day, hang on, let me bring this up. I'm not as quick as I thought I was going to be. The next day, KJP is not there at the podium, and they have Olivia Dalton, White House Deputy Press Secretary, at the podium that day. And they never said a word about it.
Do we have the clip of them bickering? I want to see that.
Stop, Ruby.
See if you can find it.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find that. Hey, meanwhile, let's talk about Mars, Deacon.
Mars and the people living on Mars right now.
Do you want to live on? Would you want to live on Mars?
Are you retarded? I can barely live on Earth, dude.
There's no roller coasters yet.
I can barely live here.
4 volunteers just volunteered to live in fake Mars. Fake Mars. They 4 volunteers just entered a virtual Mars made by NASA, and they won't be allowed out for a year. And somewhere in here is the square footage of this fake Mars.
I've got let me look for some of the footage here from the. I know where
the KJP thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
No, not the KJP. The footage
right.
of the Mars people. Just give me a second. Go ahead though. I mean, don't.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to the Mars story. Okay, so these participants are going to spend 378 days facing a range of challenges designed to anticipate human needs on the red planet. Okay. The participants: research scientist Kelly Haston, structural engineer Ross Brockwell, emergency medicine physician Nathan Jones, and U.S. Navy microbiologist Anka Selaru.
Yeah, whatever.
Were selected from a pool of applicants to be part of the Crew Health and Performance Exploration Analog in its year-long mission. Okay, so the crew, I guess this is like a little mock-up of their balloon tent or whatever.
I actually have some video, some exclusive video. This has never been seen before anywhere else.
During their time, instead of the 3D printed 1,700 square foot habitat, the crew is set to carry out an array of mission activities, including simulated spacewalks, robotic operations, growing crops, habitat maintenance, personal hygiene, exercise, 1,700 square feet, 4 human beings in a 1,700 square foot habitat. What do you think about that? Does that sound appealing? And you got video. Let's see this video.
Oh, I can't play the song because we'll get copyright stricken. So this is this is exclusive video from inside the Mars dome. It's called the Biodome. Is what they're
Biodome.
Yeah, the Biodome. But this is
good.
Actual, they've got farm animals in there.
That's
they're
good.
actually
They need to
farming,
do that.
And
that's awesome.
Look,
they've got wildlife on Mars now.
Yeah, they've got wildlife.
This is
some
amazing.
cows.
Oh, they have it. How'd they get a cow up there? Cows are heavy.
I mean, it's a breeding.
Maybe you
process,
ship it small.
It's cloning and stuff. So, like, see,
okay.
look, they even share. See, look.
Is that Paul Rubin? Is that Paul Rubin?
Pauly Shore, dude. This is Biodome.
Oh. Yeah, Pauly Shore. I thought it was Paul Rubin too.
I love that.
All right.
Movie.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I'm gonna have to go watch Biodome now because Stephen Baldwin and Pauly Shore. Sticky icky.
Let's see. All right. I'm gonna find. I wish we had that KJP video clip. All these people on Twitter should have reposted the clip after it got put up. All right. So living on Mars. These 4 suckers. I can't believe these people are doing this. I mean, I can't believe it. It's not the first time, right? Haven't we had other spend a year in a box type science missions and stuff?
I just showed you clips from Biodome, dude.
Oh, all right, yeah. What are they gonna learn? What are they gonna learn? Maybe they'll learn something. These 4 people are gonna be smelling each other's farts for a year. Stuck in a 7. It's smaller than my house. All right. Okay. What else do we have? We had something else. Oh, yeah. Deke, have you ever wanted to go to France? And follow-up question, do you like bonfires?
Okay, I didn't hear the question, but I heard the follow-up question, and I see the report. I see that. So,
do you ever want to go to France?
No.
France has deployed 45,000 police ahead of the 5th night of nationwide riots. The French government said Sunday that hundreds more had been arrested in a 5th night of rioting sparked by police killing of a 17-year-old as police deployed reinforcements to flashpoint cities around the country. Protesters, mostly minors, have torched cars, damaged infrastructure, and clashed with police in an outpouring of rage since an officer shot Nahel M. point blank as he attempted to flee a traffic stop on Tuesday. The killing was captured on video, which spread on social media and fueled anger over the police violence against minorities, exposing severe racial tensions in France. The day after,
they're mad because in the police, there's been some girls kidnapped or killed or something that they haven't done anything on, but they.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got phones over there. Here's wow, France is on fire, yo.
Le bâtiment à feu. Le bâtiment il a feu.
Oh my. Yeah, France is on fire.
Yeah,
I mean, they're burning down. It's a residential building. These people are burning down residences.
I was trying to pay attention to what was going on, and they were kind of
They
were kind of mad at there was some little girls. I can't remember the whole story now. There was some little girls that were attacked or killed or something, and the police didn't do anything about it, and it was enraging them, and they had completely ignored the story. But then they have a criminal that actually runs from them, and I don't remember. I can't remember.
And did it? Was this criminal? I mean, like,
I don't
was this
remember
criminal
if that's
armed?
I don't even remember if that's right. So don't take those words out of my mouth.
Look at this sneaky little person.
All
right
I've
here.
just been seeing is that
Sneaking right past the cops.
The France people are going nuts and they're burning shit down. And I was trying to figure out why they're burning their city down. You know, I couldn't figure it out. Some guy ran and the cop shot him, and I thought, well, where the fuck are y'all at? It looks. I was gonna make a joke, where y'all at, America? But it looks like the cops in France are just as shitty as the cops here in America.
Surprise!
That mentality. That
government
mentality
employees are not out there to protect you.
Yeah, that I'm alpha. I think I'm the alpha male mentality goes around all where. And let me tell you something. You might not know this. That alpha male that came out in the wolf thing a long time ago, that was from one fucking book, from one guy who came up with that term and that pack because of what he observed in that pack. And what we have found out in the 50 years since that fucking books came out is that there's no such thing as an alpha male pack leader in the wolf and canine shit, that they all share responsibilities, and that there is a more powerful one, but it's not the alpha male like we have envisioned the alpha male, that we were wrong about that. So, I mean, seriously, look that up. If people don't believe me, look that up.
Let me see if I can find this. I got a video I saw on this alpha male kind of concept, and let's see if I can find this video. It's by this. It was one of those shorts, and it's this guy that's like very, very. Let's see. What's the word? Intro.
I think a joke's coming.
No, it's not a joke. It's a very serious like this guy makes no yucks. I'm not gonna be able to find it that fast. Basically, this guy said 98% of the highly effective people in the world, and we're talking people that get stuff done, make money, not alpha males. They're not alpha males. They're beta males. And he starts talking Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and he lists like a handful of people. I mean, we're talking the people that are extremely, extremely effective people, and they're not alpha males.
So why are we calling them? Why are we labeling them? Go ahead.
Well,
they're not alpha.
They're not alpha males. They're introverts. These highly effective people are people that are introverted, and they sit and they think of like.
So why are we labeling them with any kind of labels that comes with a hierarchy? Because A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, alpha, beta. Why are we doing that? Why don't we call them something to differentiate them based on what they do?
Here we go. I found it. Hang on. I think this is it. Have you ever seen this guy talk? Bleep.
If if the super successful people don't hang, don't chill, don't go to Super Bowls and all those things, and they're hard asses, okay, but only 98% of the high performers in the world are alpha males. 2% are alpha males, 98% are regular people. Because, for example, Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett all share one attribute. They're introverts.
So his point there was that only 2% of highly effective people are alpha males. 98% of highly effective people are not.
I hate those words. When we start using the wrong words for shit, it just makes everything convoluted. That alpha and beta, he basically went against his own shit by saying what he said. So he called them introverts.
Yeah.
So being an introvert doesn't make you any less than anybody else. So what you need to say instead of alpha and beta, you need to say a go-getter, an extrovert, and an introvert. 2% are extroverts, because wouldn't you say the people with the alpha male attitude?
Well,
think about
an alpha is demonstrative.
Think about any male that you know that you would think is an alpha male, that he thinks that he's an alpha male. And are they an extrovert with a narcissistic attitude? Probably.
Yeah.
All right.
They feel the need to impose dominance upon others. And
so think of any beta male that you know. Hi, I'll introduce you to one right now. You can think of me, and see if they are an extrovert or an introvert. And I'm only an extrovert because I've had a morning show DJ job for 25 years, and I had trained myself.
I don't know how much you can claim to be an extrovert when you're alone in your office by yourself talking.
Thank you. Ashley says the same thing. Ashley says the same thing. She's like, you're in there in a room talking to yourself alone all day. You're the most introverted person in the world. And I'm like, I open my microphone and talk to thousands of people.
I just don't want to hear them talking back to me.
I just don't want to see their faces.
Okay.
All right. I don't know if I have. I've got another. Sinister Minister posted another really good story that we'll get to tomorrow. So if Sinister, he goes and catches up. And there was another good story that I wanted to post about this Harvard scientist had found some really interesting stuff at the bottom of the ocean that I'll get to tomorrow. So that, folks, is called a teaser for tomorrow's show, so that you'll be enticed.
Oh yeah, it could. It's Independence Day. We're gonna have to.
Oh, are you gonna be? Do you want to do? I'll be
for
here.
Sure, 100%. I'd love to talk about aliens and everything. Can we do aliens for Independence Day?
Sweet, yes, of course.
Aliens, and maybe there's some Will Smith news of him smacking somebody or something. I don't know.
I might take Bill Paxton's speech in Independence Day and completely rewrite it.
Do
for
it,
me and you.
Can you perform it?
Probably. I'll have to rewatch it.
That's good.
Okay, we might do that for tomorrow.
That's a good movie. What happened to all the good movies? Where'd all the good movies go?
I don't have anything else.
Let's see. We talked about Hunter Biden's crack pipe. We talked about Thrill Ride with crack in it. We talked about France on Fire. Oh, hey, you know what? We got one more thing. Did you know about this? I think this happened last night. DC businesses rocked by explosive devices and Molotov cocktails.
We took a hard left turn here at the end. Okay.
Well,
I got a better story if you just want to scrap whatever you.
We got France on Fire. Maybe we're importing that over here and let's set DC on fire.
Oh no, let's not set DC on fire. I don't want to.
No.
Oh, jeez.
But they have the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms and explosives over there. So we got to put those guys to work. All right. Well, trust the government and police to protect you. Anything else?
All right. Yeah, I got one more here. I've got an article that I ran across that was kind of funny. It says people born before 1990, that includes me and you.
Yeah, it does.
Are now sharing their now useless but 100% nostalgic skills. We have some of these useless skills that are completely useless, but by golly, I bet you remember how to do them.
Okay.
All right.
What's on this list?
Can you, JJ, take a brown paper bag and make a book cover?
100%. Probably in 2 minutes. I could do that. I'll do it right now.
Your parents doing that on the book covers, making book covers as kids.
Brown paper bag, cut it open, make it square, put the book on it, cut 2 little slits on the side where the fold is going to be, fold those in, wrap it, fold it, tape it, done. Book cover.
All right. Here's another useless skill. All right. I bet you and I can correctly fold
U.S. flag?
That map.
Oh,
that
the map.
on the wall.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Probably.
I bet you we can correctly fold that map on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many people that can fold or even know where to find a map.
How to
Really.
use a map. How to locate yourself and then
Yes.
use a map.
Yes.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
true.
What about
We
do
are.
you know your
our,
wife's
our children are doomed. When the power goes out, they're just gonna die.
So do you know off the top of your head? Don't say it out loud.
All right.
Do you know your wife's telephone number?
Yes.
Do you know
Absolutely.
your brother's?
No.
Do
No.
you know your okay?
I don't
So
know anybody
that-
else's. Nobody. I
Do,
call
do
my
you
wife.
remember your home telephone number back from 1990?
Yes.
Memorizing phone numbers and answering a house phone is one of those things. I had a telephone in my room that I remember the number of that, and the number of my dad's
Wait,
house
had
is
it,
still the same.
it wasn't just the same line. It was you had your own line.
No, I had my own line.
Talk
I
to
thought
the
that I
girls?
was uptown. Man. I
Dang.
thought I was uptown. And then this is another skill that it says, and you just saw me a minute ago do this. This is the skill.
Oh yeah. Shoulder
Right
hold it.
there.
Shoulder hold it.
The shoulder hold it.
Yeah.
And all right, the art of the mixtape, especially from radio.
I ain't got that.
If you're recording a song from the radio and getting the songs right on the mixtape, even labeling your mixtapes, mine had like a whole series
Wait,
of letters and
Hold on.
numbers. It
When
was
you
like,
when you were recording mixtapes, did you have some sort of fancy line out, line in into the recording thing, or did you just straight hold the recorder next to the radio?
no, I just hit record and stuff. I had put my tape in and hit play and record when the song came on the radio.
Okay, all right.
So you would miss the intros and some of them you'd have the guy blah 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 blah.
Yeah, right.
Mixtape hits, whatever. So, but I had all my mixtapes were labeled like, it was like my initials, AR mixtape MT V1.
Volume 1.
So all my tapes were
It's
up there on
going
my
down
shelf,
in
and it was like
history.
AR VT MT
It's
V1
amazing.
V2 V3. All right, here's the last one. Knowing the exact name of every Crayola color, because there were only like 24 of them.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I still remember the
No.
names of some of
It was
those colors.
red.
Now there's
It was
like
red
5
and
million. Have you
blue
ever been to a
and
Have
green.
you ever been to a Crayola store?
My kids have boxes of crayons. All
No,
over my
no.
house.
That's not what I
No,
asked.
Crayola
Have you ever
store?
been- Have you ever been to a Crayola store?
No.
Dude, okay. If you ever get a chance to take your children to a Crayola store, do it.
Yeah.
Flipping awesome.
Really? Where is
We
the
went to one
Crayola?
up in the Mall of America, and I was enamored by it. It was just me and Ashley. We didn't have any kids with us, and I was like, oh, "This is amazing!" I was amazed. I thought it was great.
I don't
It's
even think
so
they have
wonderful.
a Crayola store. They're. Well, let me zoom out and. Okay, let me go. America Crayola store. Go. Wow. No.
Now there's not many.
No, I ain't driving to them. They ain't gonna see that. that is a life's pleasure. They will be denied.
Where is it at?
I don't know. I can't find it. It ain't here. We got like a Lego store.
Kansas City. Oh, Kansas City, Pennsylvania. Okay, well, maybe
Crayola
Orlando.
store. What's up with Crayola store?
There's not very many anymore, it looks like. Plano, Texas.
Oh, Plano? No way.
Crayola Experience Plano Amusement Park. Oh, yeah, you got to do that. All right. Sweet. All right, we've gone off topic. Well, no, that was the last.
That's we're off the rails. You know what we have time for though? We got time for some yucks and some ha-has.
Well, I don't know how much ha-ha we're going to be doing with your 1990s jokes here, JJ.
We're getting to the end of the show. We have to do jokes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right.
I got a long
just
one
a
here.
second here. All right.
You tell yours first, and I'll tell
Sure.
my long one.
Deacon, what is the difference between an African elephant and an Indian elephant?
I don't know.
About
What?
5,000 miles.
Oh, good Lord.
No.
I should have known that one. All right. So this guy asks this girl to a dance, and she agrees, and he decides to go rent a suit because he wants to look good for the dance. The rental has a long, long line. So he waits and he waits, and he finally gets his suit. So he decides, I want to get her some flowers. So he goes to the flower shop, and the flower shop has bunch of people standing in line. So he stands there in that long line and he waits until he finally gets some flowers and he goes. And so he goes to the girl's house and he picks up the girl, and then they go to the dance. And when they get to the dance, there's a long line to get into the dance. So he's standing there at the dance and he waits, and then they finally get to go in. So finally they are in the dance, and the guy offers to go get the girl a drink. So she asks for punch. So he goes up to the drink table and there's no punch line. I didn't hear that at all.
Oh, that didn't work? Oh, that didn't work? Oh, man.
I knew that you hit the boo, so This is what JJ just did.
Boo.
Sorry.
All right. I'll figure out our audio issues tomorrow. I don't know why it's not doing that sounds.
I'm glad to talk to you again. I was bored.
Yeah, I'm glad. This is great. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Independence Day. We're going to celebrate our wonderful country, that there's no problems.
In our country. At all.
None. Zero. We've got it
go
figured out. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Subscribe, like, whatever.